concept of gratitude journaling is a more common one nowadays for how do people express gratitude. So, have you done gratitude journaling before? How do you do it?
So I haven't done attitude journaling, you know, like I think about it and I probably share it with my granddad, at the end of a week or when I talk with him, things that I'm thankful for. But journaling is definitely uh, a good habit that works for people. I used to have a journal when I was in ninth, 10th, when I was, in eighth grade. And it's just sometimes really mundane when I look back at the journal. So it wasn't a gratitude journal. It was more of just me talking about the things that happened in my daily life. I go to school, I come back, I saw this, and uh, so that's kind of uh, when I look back, I think I still have it. It's kind of interesting how different it is, coming from say 5 years after I wrote that journal. Those little things felt a lot bigger. Let's say I didn't do well in an exam, I used to cry and write that in a journal. So, but that seems minuscule. That seems small. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it just seems like, okay, why did I cry for that? Okay. So once you realize, that's what the journals are for. You see how much you grow, and gratitude journals can help you in that aspect. Let's say you're thankful for at the start of the journal. Let's say you're only thankful for the big things in life, right? I cracked this exam, I got into this university. That's the biggest moment of my life. So maybe, usually the way I think of it is, so it usually starts like that. The young adults think of, those big moments, those career defining moments as the ones that deserve gratitude. The little things might just go off the radar. And once people get older, they might realize that, okay, you know what, waking up and having a cup of coffee and a roof over my head actually helps. And as we speak, I was kind of shocked to hear the news today when I opened the news in the morning. So, Ilakkiya, have you the floods in Europe? So you've got over 1,000 people unaccounted for
Oh,
in
no.
Germany, Belgium, and surrounding areas. So it's the worst flood in the last 1,000 years uh, in Europe. So that's actually never happened before, like just recorded history almost. And there's only about 100 people who've been confirmed, dead, and there's a lot of people missing. So seeing news like these, right? They're like, it can put you in a negative sort of cycle. And like I said, the roof over your head idea, the concept of gratitude, is can help, when you see news like these. So having that sort of mindset helps, because I pray, I wish, they find, all those people remaining, all the remaining people. So things like this can actually, the gratitude journal, you can note these things down and, say that I'm thankful for a roof over my head. I think I've been talking for too long. Like, any thoughts?
Uh, that is really unfortunate to hear that that's happening in Europe. And I see how when experiencing really stressful or upsetting events, gratitude can be helpful as a way to remind oneself of the positive things happening in
Mm-hmm.
one's life. And I was reading this article about how there's a risk of gratitude going wrong if you're actually constantly invalidating your personal experience in a situation. So if you are always comparing what's bad in other people's lives, for example, going through the worst flood in 1,000 years and saying, oh, my failure on this test isn't so bad compared to that. It's
Right.
it, you can be grateful for the good things in your life, but at, it would be important to be cautious of dismissing your own negative experiences and purely in an attempt to just focus on what's worse in other people's lives. So it's good to have some appreciation of what's going on in your own life and not always dismissing it for being grateful for the things that you do
Mm,
have. I think there's a fine balance there. And in
right.
terms of journaling, I agree. I don't think I have tried doing gratitude journaling where I would just write a note in my phone, what are 3 things I'm grateful for today at the end of each day. Didn't do that for too long, did that for a few weeks. Then what I've kept up with more is just writing about what are the things that happened in a day. And I feel like even that is an okay form of gratitude journaling, as long as you're able to reflect and recognize some of the good things that have happened in your day or in your week. Because you don't even need to do it every day, as long as, every few days or so, just with the intent of thinking about it or doing it. I think that's sufficient to practice gratitude or feel good about the things in your life, because it's mainly reflection, right? Instead of just accepting things as they're happening, good or bad, if you can stop and think to say thank you for it, that's all that gratitude is. So a lot of ways to go about it.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!